What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're talking about the Sitka Gear Rover GTX leather boot. These are new for 2025. Very popular item. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late getting to the review, but that's because I was waiting for the color that I wanted to come in stock, and it took it a minute. And I also want to use them for a while so I can give you like my honest review, and I've been able to use them a lot over the last 3 weeks. So lots to tell you about them. But first, we'll do a little bit of housekeeping on these guys. They're going to come in at $179. It is December right now, so they are on sale a little bit for the Christmas season. Sitka's doing a lot of sales this Christmas season. This is the brown colorway. They also are going to come in a cherry wood, a buckskin, and a black. This brown, what is it called? Yeah, mud brown. Took them a while to get in stock in a size 12 that I wear, but I finally got them, used them, and yeah, the rest of that is history. So 4 colors, as we talked about. Sizing wise, they are 4 through 14. Yeah, 4 through 14. There's no wide options for these, so these are just, we'll talk about the sizing and fit here in a minute. But 4 through 14 is the sizes. These have a leather upper, sandwiched between some Gore-Tex and then some padding. The whole idea is to give you a leather shoe that lets your foot breathe and keep you dry. There is a regular Rover GTX. It has more of like a textile upper. They're kind of cool. They kind of remind me of like the boots that you would have on like a wetsuit or something. But I wanted the leather one, so that's what I waited for. So first reactions right out of the box, the first 3 things that I noticed was, one was how light they are. For a leather shoe, a leather boot, very light. Took them out of the box and couldn't believe how light that they were. Second thing that I noticed is that the sole was a lot more, not a lot more aggressive, but it was more aggressive than I expected. I think in slip-on boots, I think of like extra tough, like rubber boots, deck boots. Very smooth on the bottom, but these aren't quite as aggressive as like a hiking shoe, but think of like a trail running shoe. So I was very pleasantly surprised by the sole and kind of how aggressive that it was. And then the third thing that I noticed instantly putting them on is, at least I cannot, and I've talked to other people that have these, just slip your foot right into them. You do have to have a hand assist, either the back or the front, to get with this neoprene collar that's on them. It's not a bad thing. Like I said, if you're used to the extra toughs and Crocs and whatnot, just sliding your feet in and go, these do require a little bit more work, but getting them on, once you get past that, and you kind of break them in a little bit, sliding them on gets a little bit more easy. But you will notice right out of the box that you're not just going to slide your foot right down into these. So the 3 topics that we're going to talk about with these guys, and I'll try to roll through it pretty quickly, is going to be sizing and fit. We're going to talk about comfort, and then the kind of the overall performance of these guys. So as far as the sizing and fit goes, I wear a size 12 in everything, and I bought a size 12 in these, and it's exactly what I needed. So they are very true to your fit. If you're 11 and a half or 10 and a half, I would just go ahead and get the size up. I've worn these with regular shoes, and I've worn these with wool socks. Both have fit great. The width is right down the middle of the road, not too wide, not too narrow. If you have really wide feet, sorry, these are not adjustable going on the outside. If you have super narrow feet, you may want to wear thicker socks. But the sizing is very true to size, and then the width is like right down the middle. So they kind of kept it in the middle of the road just to kind of try to please everybody. As far as the comfort goes, very comfortable for what they are. I give them like, I don't know, an 8 out of 10 for comfort. They don't have all the padding that like a hiking boot would have. They don't have like the padding that like my brunt boots have, but for a slip-on all-around leather shoe, they are very comfortable. I've walked a lot of miles in these guys and had 0 issues. I've used them everything. I mean, I've hunted in them, fished in them, been in the cabin a ton in them, camped in them. My kids' sporting events constantly around the house. I've put a lot of miles on these in the last 3 weeks, and I've had 0 issues. I didn't have any sort of break-in period. The lockdown on the heel was really good. So as far as comfort, no, they don't have all the padding of like a long distance hiking boot. but for what they are, a slip-on around the house, around the cabin, around the property work boot, they're very comfortable. On the foot itself, on like the arch of your foot, very comfortable, no breaking period whatsoever. As far as the performance, and when I think of performance for these shoes, I think of, do they keep my feet dry? And the answer is yes, they do 100%. Do they let my feet breathe? For a leather shoe, yes, they let your feet breathe pretty good. For other Gore-Tex boots, they still breathe well, but not as well as like my pure Gore-Tex hunting boots, right? Like the Vent Light boots, they breathe really well. I have some Under Armour Gore-Tex boots. They breathe really well. These do a good job for leather, but they definitely breathe more than like your rubber boots are going to let you breathe. As far as the sole, like we talked about earlier, they have this kind of aggressive sole. There's not a lot of slip. I've been on boats, wet rocks, wet pavement, all sorts of stuff. No slipping issues whatsoever. So, like I said, I find myself wearing these a ton, and I've yet to find a situation where they failed, right? My feet stay dry, my feet stay warm. Moisture does get out pretty good. The neoprene collar keeps the moisture out, lets your feet breathe pretty good. Um, Feet stay protected. Like I said, they do exactly what they're meant to do. All right, guys, so I hope you liked the review of the Sitka Gear Rover GTX leather boots. One of my favorite things about these boots, I forgot to mention, was that when I come in from getting them wet, you know, the leather gets darker from being wet from the moisture. These things dry out really quickly. 10 to 15 minutes, these things are back to their normal color. And where other leather boots can be like saturated with moisture and they start stinking, these things do not stink, not at all. Like I've had them for 3 weeks and I've worn them a ton. They still kind of have that new car smell. So they dry out quick and mine don't stink. Um, so anyways, give this product a 9 out of 10. I really, really like these. And if you follow my channel, you know that I don't always love Sitka's footwear. The back 40 boots were horrible. They sent those back instantly. These knock it out of the park. Got a couple people on my Christmas list that I'm probably going to be getting these for. So if you need a pair of boots or you're interested in them this Christmas season, I would definitely have Santa Claus bring you a pair. So anyways, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more reviews coming. We're about to roll into duck season. I got a lot of reviews coming, so please stick around for that. And as always, thank you guys for stopping by.